Hello everybody, PlanetWalls here for the first round of the Classic Quarter Classic League. First round of the second qualifier of the Classic Quarter Classic League. I'm playing against Kram7, who's playing this deck here. I actually think this deck is going to be very difficult to beat. It's almost pre-metagamed or pre-boarded against me. I guess it's metagamed against a deck like mine, which I'm not sure he foresaw a deck like mine so much as just another deck quite like it. After sideboard, he only really has a couple of red elemental blasts to bring in, but let's see if we can find it here. Classic, where is it? He said he was making a game in the tournament practice room, so oops, I clicked the wrong thing, that's why I can't find it. Oh, come on, there. Oh. There he is. No! Okay, so, well, let's just find him and join. And we're not going to be playing his deck, we're going to be playing ours. Which is here. Okay, so after that brief set of snafus, we're going to get started. And so he's playing a Delver variant, we definitely want to go first. Wow, 5 lands and a Brainstorm and a Frost Titan. So I almost feel like I want to brainstorm before he can counter it. Does that make sense, guys? I guess you can mental misstep it. I don't want him to have the opportunity to spell pierce it or flusterstorm it. So I actually kind of want to... That's if I keep this hand. If he counters the brainstorm, I think I have a lot of trouble. But he has no reason to counter the brainstorm at first. It's just that it could change the way my hand is dramatically. So it's one of those instances in which this draws me, I guess, 3 cards deeper, and then I put back to draw one of them. So I lose one of these lands from my hand, and I essentially have a 4-land hand, plus 2. Kind of uncomfortable with that. The Frost Titan won't do anything for a long time, so I'm depending on there being 2 good cards out of 3 on the top of my deck. 2 cards that can help me interact with him before I can blow up the Scalding Tarn. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do here is keep this hand. Not sure about that decision. Okay, so he mulls. I'm definitely going to use the Brainstorm right now, though. Despite having very little information to work off of, just because I want him to have less of a chance to counter it with Mental Misstep or Force. If he forces it, I think I'm okay with that, because that reduces the number of viable cards in his hand so extensively. He also should be looking at my deck, which isn't right here, but I have a number of threatening 1-drops. So it's very likely he doesn't want to counter this. Okay, we did draw something good, actually. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to lose the... I'm not going to need Engineered Explosives for 3, probably, so I'm going to put back Tundra, I guess. And I'm going to put the Scalding Tarn on top, and then we'll be drawing that on our next turn. So that was sort of a weird situation that I thought was unpleasant. My hand looks a lot better now if I can get these down. They can deal with Delvers and counter other stuff. No, there's a Delver there. I don't really care about that by itself, because the clock leaves me enough time to do some other things. Not really worried about him doing anything right now. I might be able to get off a mana drain and drop something pretty big. I won't be able to drop a Frost Titan next turn, unless he can somehow ramp into a Trigon Predator, but I don't think he can. There was not an instant on top. Okay, a Ponder. Now, I could try to counter that and then try to cast a Glenalendra. If he Lightning Bolts it, I'm okay with that. My guess is that since he had to mull, he's actually may not have another land in his hand. He can't counter this unless he forces it. And I definitely want to pop the Scalding Tarn first. So I'm actually going to counter this. Lets me ramp into Glenalendra without backup. That's okay. He doesn't have any way to exile it immediately, and I would gladly absorb a Lightning Bolt with it. So I think what I'm actually going to do is just go ahead and mana drain this bad boy Ponder. If he forces this, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, he does have another land. So that means he could still force Glenalendra, I guess? Is that what would happen here? Okay, well that gives me a lot of options, actually. So let's see. What does he have? Flusterstorm is not going to counter Glenalendra. Force Will could, obviously. Spell Pierce won't, because it's a creature, and Mental Misstep won't. So there's no reason to play the Mana Crypt right now, is what I'm trying to say. What I will do, well, there is a reason to play the Mana Crypt. It's so that I can drop a Frost Titan. But I could do that next turn, and then have some counter backup, some degree of that. So I think dropping the Glenalendra first is the best move. If this eats a Force Will, I think I'm okay. Okay. It does not, which is interesting. I think this game actually is going in our favor, though I have to be very careful. So one of the cards in his hand is a Spell Pierce, now we have a Tarmogoyf. Let's see if he attacks into Glenalendra. I don't think he will. Okay, he did not. Spell Pierce can definitely counter this Mana Crypt. And the question is, do I actually want to play the Mana Crypt and try to get Frost Titan down this turn? Actually, again, he didn't have a Force Will last turn, so he could have a Force Will in his hand. But why would he have Brainstorm right then unless he planned on countering the Glenalendra? So my guess is that he doesn't have a Force Will in his hand that he wants to use. I suppose that could be wrong, but I think it will be in my favor to attempt to resolve the Frost Titan here. The one problem is then I have a Mana Crypt on board, which I have to get rid of somehow. Insectile Aberrations is 0 right now, isn't it? So what I think I do is I think I see if I can resolve the Frost Titan before it attacks, because if I can't, then I don't want Glenalendra to get in there. Trinket Mage is still going to be powerful. It can either kill a Tarmogoyf with Engineered Explosives, or it can find me something else. First things first, we cast this Mana Crypt. See if he Spell Pierces it. He might. You know what, why did I, he doesn't have any Wastelands, so I definitely should have kept Tundra over an Island, I guess, for Engineered Explosive flexibility. That's a mistake. Let's try to resolve this baby. I mean, I can wait one more turn and find another land. Maybe not have this problem. It's a matter of surviving the Mana Crypt and other things, and then him drawing into a force anyway. I'm starting to think that that might be the best way to play this. So I could actually find a Soul Ring and try to cast all of these cards, which is an interesting option. But then I lose this in terms of flexibility. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and cast. And then I can't find another land right away. Like, I could also cast a Trinket Mage and find Seat of the Synod and get ready to play that next turn. That's kind of a messy series of plays. I guess I just feel like getting down Frost Titan might win me the game. And it seems silly to throw it away. Yeah, I'm on the play where I think it seems silly to throw it away. So let's guarantee that we hit a land drop next turn. I can even chump the Tarmogoyf here if I absolutely need to, or double block it alternatively. Yes, we will be doing this. Like, I feel kind of weird about this option. He has Steel Sabotage too, which is worth noting, but I take it, since there's a Mana Crypt here, that, yeah, I'm going to say that I think Soul Ring might be the better option. It gives me the option to play the other Glenalendra. And that did resolve, so we are, I think, actually going to go ahead and attack with this Glenalendra. Put him below 18, or I'm sorry, if we can put him below 16, what am I trying to say? Put him below 18, that's only 3 Frost Titan swings. Okay, so now we could have a force, but having double Glenalendra and enough mana to do everything I could possibly need puts me in a really good situation. I don't think I want to take any damage. Well, if he's doing this, I'll be willing to take 3. I will block this guy. Like, I guess what I'm most afraid of now is Snapcaster Lightning Bolt situations. I think Trinket Mage can absorb a little bit more damage later by blocking a bigger Tarmogoyf. At least that's my theory right now. That may never have to happen because of Frost Titan, though. Suppose we don't know also if he has the Spell Pierce still. Ooh, okay. There's another Tarmy. Tarmy? That was a stupid thing to say. Yep, let's try to win some flips. I don't want to lose all these. Lost them. Okay. So, Engineered Explosives will definitely take care of that Mana Crypt if I need it to. Could also just take care of both these Tarmogoyfs right now, which is interesting. Though I think trying to land a Frost Titan is better. And it will definitely resolve. So I'm going to attack. Let's see, if I play this first and have to lose a Glenalundra, it goes down to 1 and can't attack. I lose 2 damage, but I get through the Trinket Mage. So it's the same thing. I get a little bit more option knowing if this guy resolves. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're definitely going to get in there with all these guys. This puts him 2 swings away. I'm trying to think about what I have to worry about. I think I'm okay with the way things are going. I don't know if I want to drop an Engineered Explosives to try and blow up my Mana Crypt. I don't think I want to do that yet. I guess what I'm most worried about is him Lightning Bolting a million times, but I can counter those with Glenalundras. Not sure if the Spell Pierce is still in his hand. So what would this target? A Brainstorm or a Ponder? Probably a Ponder. I think I'm okay with that because I can blow this up with Engineered Explosives. Targeting Ponder, right. Okay, so I actually think I do not want to counter that. I'm going to keep these guys around for Lightning Bolt situations. Okay, we've got a concession. Cool, so that game 1 worked perfectly according to plan. Let's look at our sideboard, and let's look at his deck. So the question is, does Pithing Needle do anything against him? The answer is no. So Pithing Needle will definitely come out. There aren't even any sideboard cards you can do anything with. He's definitely going to bring in Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast. I suspect he takes out 2 Steel Sabotages. So his deck will look like this. He might bring a Mountain for something else, but that won't matter. I would doubt that unless he just wanted an additional mana source. So we should definitely be taking out Pithing Needle. Grafdigger's Cage does some things against him because of the Snapcaster situation, so I want to keep that sort of up here. Ratchet Bomb might actually be pretty good against him. I know Spell Snare and Mental Misstep are going to be good against him. So let's go ahead and bring in Misstep right now. Let's go ahead and bring in Spell Snare right now. So I just have to keep Spell Snare for his 2-drops. Out of these cards, I don't think Legionnaire is very good against him. It costs life most of the time, and most of the time it doesn't trade with it doesn't kill a Tarmogoyf. So the only other cards I'm looking at are Ratchet Bomb. I think the Grafdigger's Cage should stay out. I don't think blocking his Snapcaster situation is that valuable. As far as Ratchet Bombs go, I'm thinking about what would be useful to cut. Like, I can look at Jace, and it's sort of expensive, and I guess Ratchet Bombs... Like, maybe cutting into the Royal is good, because Ratchet Bomb might just be better than one of those. Stifle is another card I need to look at. So let's look at his deck. Stifle can counter a fetch activation, which can be powerful, and it can counter a storm trigger from a Flusterstorm. or I can counter a flip. None of those seem to me all that great. The fetch land is the best thing, but that's sort of situational. So I'm going to cut that for another Ratchet Bomb. Because permanents are the real threat that he offers me, I think. Lightning bolts are dangerous, but I think I want to just keep myself at a life total high enough not to have to worry about those. So this is another 5-lander. This one is much weaker because I do not have a Brainstorm, and Snapcaster doesn't do anything, and I'm on the draw. If I could land a Jace, it would be great, but I don't see this landing with Spell Pierces. So I'm gonna mold this hand. This is not all that great, but I think it's better. On the draw, it's actually sort of weak because Mental Misstep won't be as... Well, I guess it'll actually be fine. I can counter something on his first turn, and then snap it back soon. It's just I don't have anything immediate to ramp into, but I don't think I want to go down to 5. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and counter that, even over a Lightning Bolt or another counter spell, because I want to make sure he has as little opportunity as possible to get threats on the table. So I guess he's considering misstepping my misstep here. Or forcing it. Okay. Okay, I actually feel okay about that. So one Gush is out of his deck, one Force, and there's a Delver that's going to be on the board. I'm okay with that. Delver's actually one of the least scary things I think he can do. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to play that this turn, I think. Huh. So, hopefully I remember to actually board out the Pithing Needles. Okay, let's drop a Mana Crypt. I'm going to play a basic here as opposed to the fetch, because I don't really immediately want to thin out my deck all that much, but I might want to keep that shuffle effect for a Brainstorm. And I have to use one shuffle effect in Trinket Mage right now. I think what I do here is I look for top. I think I do that over Engineered Explosives. That could be wrong. Hopefully top can dig me to some other answers for Delver, and I don't have to explode it. Both I would have to potentially pay 1 for, though I might be able to explode for 0. So maybe just finding a removal spell is the right play here. And then if he plays a Tarmogoyf, I can attempt to deal with it with explosives. I think it's kind of questionable. Top gives me repeated card advantage if it resolves, and you know what? I can counter a misstep with a Snapcaster Mage. This is actually tough for me because I don't know if I can beat his clock, especially with Mana Crypt out, without killing his Delver. I think I'm going to try and go the card advantage route anyway. Not sure if that's the right move. I know here I probably go down to 15, and then I could go down to 12 on my turn. No flip, so that's pretty good for me. So let's win this flip. How's that sound? Cool. Okay, that's not so bad. Let's see, I'm going to drop a land first, because he could Spell Pierce like twice. No, that's not a good reason. He could Spell Pierce. Yeah, Spell Pierce twice doesn't do anything, right? I can't pay for that anyway. So I do this. I better play land. I think that has to be right. Yeah. Okay. No, that just resolves straight up. Okay, well now I don't get to pop it, which is unfortunate. But I might as well spend the mana now to do something. So maybe I didn't do that as wisely as I could have. Land, Brainstorm, Jace. Okay, so I think what I probably want to do is set it up to draw the Jace on my turn. And then Brainstorm as the next card is pretty good. And is attacking right? He could flip his Delver. I think there's a pretty good likelihood he will. So preventing the 1 if he doesn't flip his Delver doesn't seem very good to me. So dealing the 2 here, even though I've got a Mana Crypt out. I have to remember I've got a Jace on top, then a Brainstorm, then an Island. Okay, so he does flip his Delver, so attacking was the right move. He also has a Lightning Bolt now, which I guess I can prevent with a Snapcaster. What it probably does is it tries to kill a Jace. I mean, it's pretty bad that this Aberration can kill a Jace, basically. I guess I bounce it and then... So let me think about this. Jace, if it doesn't get countered, gets bolted and then Aberration. So Jace is not very strong right now. I could try to get him down and then just bounce the Aberration to buy me some time. There are a lot of ways Jace can die. So, like, I guess Brainstorm could be better than Jace right now. But I think trying to get him to eat one of his key spells might be better. Cool, we won again. That feels unfair. Yeah, so playing a land here doesn't feel like it does very much. Either way I attack. One option is that if I land Jace, I can bounce my Trinket Mage, which lets me find Engineered Explosives, which is an interesting option, actually. Maybe playing that land was wrong. Okay, this is probably going to get Spell Pierced. Or Red Elemental Blasted? Or... Oh, gosh. Okay. So I have nothing I can do with this, really. I could top for something that seems poor. Okay, so I have the option of bouncing Trinket Mage. Seems bad. I don't really care, honestly, if this dies. I feel like it's good if it eats a bolt. He could bolt it right now. Could eat an attack step. So, like, I could look at the top card. I mean, he can just... Yeah, that seems pretty bad. Brainstorming might be the best option. No, you know what? I'm going to reduce tempo. I think I need all the tempo I can get here. Yeah, expected as much. That's okay. So I played a 4-mana bounce spell that also made him discard a Lightning Bolt. Like, I think that's good. I think it's better than Brainstorm, which I could have put on the top. I'm actually not going to blow my Scalding Tarn because I want the Brainstorm. This comes back down, of course. That's fine. Okay, so let's keep winning these. Wow. That's pretty lucky. Okay, so attack clearly has to be the first best option. How did he get down to 13 already? Would he bolt himself? I guess he forced... so how much do I have here? See, I could top and see if there is a Frost Titan. No, don't have enough. I think what I might actually do is just wait, because I don't think I want to cast anything during my turn right now. I think I just play this and I get ready to Brainstorm. Doesn't really do much. So I think I just wait. I hold out here. Let's see if this bad boy flips. Did not, which is shockingly lucky for me. I guess the card in his top he didn't really want. Must be land. So what I'm kind of interested in doing is waiting for that to flip and then Trinket Maging for... what am I trying to say? Trinket Maging for Engineered Explosives. Oh, geez, I don't want any of those. Let's get those out of here. So now let's check. Wow, that's pretty bad. Maybe I want the Cavern, though. Do I want the Cavern? Can I go a turn? It'll help. I won't get my Frost Titan countered if I ever draw it. I think that might be worthwhile. Yeah. I think that's right. I'm definitely gonna take this. Nope. Oh. Lucky me. Okay, so their top 2 cards are bad, so I'm just gonna assume everything under that is bad too for now. This definitely gets in there. This gets turned into a Tundra, I think. And then I can top again. And would I want to use it? Probably not right away. So I think I go ahead and wait here. I guess he's giving me a compliment, though I'm not sure. Trinket Mage is better than Delver and Crypt. maybe that's true. Okay, so he just revealed a Pyroblast on the top. I think because of that, I want to maybe... No, I don't think I want to Brainstorm now. So we'll take some damage here. Oop, something's beeping. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and top. I think that has to be right here. Yeah, I don't want any of those cards. Okay. None of these am I going to want immediately. I might want to put the mana drain on top, but I do want to draw the Trinket Mage on my turn. So am I worried about him casting something on his turn? I don't think so. I think I want to put cards like this so I can draw the Trinket Mage, and then if it gets countered, I can lose the top, and that would be okay. So let's see. We lost, so we deserve that. But now I'm at 6, and I'm in a serious danger zone. So let's go ahead and name Wizard after all. And now let's make a Trinket Mage pop onto the board. Yeah, let's use that ability. Let's find explosives and let's put into play for 0. So there no longer is a mana drain on top. I guess maybe I should have considered that earlier. I'm going to get in there with 1 Trinket Mage. Putting him at 6. He's actually a pretty low life. So let's see if we can cast this for 0. We can. Don't think he can do anything about that, actually. So we're setting up for a potential win. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. It's definitely got a Pyroblast in hand. Yeah, we're not going to block that guy. But I'm definitely willing to blow up my Mana Crypt. Cool. Okay, so let's see. He has 1 red available. I believe he's played a land this turn. I can play a Snapcaster Mage, and if it resolves, I get to Mental Misstep that and go down to 4. So that's definitely what I do. He's going to force this. Okay, what's he exiling? Mental Misstep. Yeah, because he couldn't use it. That puts him in kind of a desperate situation. but I have no real recourse here. I could draw my top card, and it could be a Force of Will. I don't think that's the right play. I don't think so. Maybe drawing with top just to see if I draw Force of Will is the right play. I mean, then he could, like, Spell Pierce that, but I'd be in a good position. It basically just cuts 1 mana later. I'm going to take the chance just to see if I draw a Force of Will to win. Then have to replay this. I guess it could be countered when I try to replay it. The mental misstep? No, you just used the mental misstep. So I'm going to draw a card and see if I draw a Force of Will. I did not. Drew Mana Drain, though that's pretty good. Okay. So I can't complain too much about that. We now put him in a situation where I don't think he can Misty Rainforest. And I don't think I want to spend any mana doing anything because of Spell Pierce. Unless I want to try to get the top down. Maybe that's just right. So keeping the Cavern of Souls on top was, I guess, the right play. We still have to worry about Snapcaster Lightning Bolts. Lightning Bolts are the scariest thing here. But right now we're looking okay. Okay, so Strip Mine. This is what I want to do. We put this Force of Will second on top, and I can Strip Mine his red source and see what happens right away. See, oh, he used it for a blue. No, he didn't do anything with it. Okay. So we've got a Brainstorm, a Mana Drain, a Force of Will on top. I'd say things are looking pretty good. He would have to do quite a bit for us not to be able to get out of this situation. So Trinket Mage beats down pretty successfully, I suppose. What sort of options does this give him? I don't think anything that I'm worried about. Because I have 2 counter spells, essentially, for... One I can do basically for free, and the other one I can even cast it and then get around Spell Pierce. So I think countering Brainstorm is wrong. He can't use his fetch. So he only has access to... He could Snapcast and then Lightning Bolt, but I'm going to counter the Snapcaster no matter what. I guess he could have Snapcaster like Force of Will in his hand, but I can still counter 2 spells. So, we're not going to spend that Brainstorm, because I need a blue card. So I guess I should have topped there. Okay, so he's doing this to me? Or no, to Trinket Mage, I'm sorry. Yeah, I definitely think countering this is right. I can still draw a card to force something. So let's pay the 2. And let's Mana Drain his Lightning Bolt. And now he missteps, targeting Lightning Bolt. So then I don't get the mana. That's okay with me. So, looks like we took this one. I have to quickly screenshot for purposes of match reporting. But, okay, so we 2-0'd that first round, which I'm kind of surprised about, actually. But great, so I'll see you guys next round.